Is that right? Is that right?
I'm sure for a lot of people, when they hear that someone is anti-woke, they probably assume that they're just like all the other people that say that or claim to be. They probably think they have the same morals and principles, but that is the farthest thing from the truth. As unfortunate as that may be, that is the truth. There has been many examples over the last several years where people have showed their true colors, whether they're a larger channel or a smaller channel. And this is not me telling you who to watch, who you can't watch, who you could support, who you can't support. You're free to do that as much as you want. But the whole notion of that, we're all on the same side, we're on the same team, that is not the case. Now, there's been a few games that, for whatever reason, have caused some people to completely go retarded. I don't know what other way to explain it. That's simply what it is. They have gone full retard when it comes to certain games, clearly games that they like, so they have to protect it no matter what. They have to play dumb, and they have to do all these mental gymnastics, damage controlling, all of that, just to defend the game that they like, their precious game that they can't fault. They can't call it woke because then they will look like hypocrites, or they simply just want to defend it so they don't have to feel guilty about it. Now, with Endymion, this guy cannot be consistent. He constantly backpedals. He clearly goes where the wind blows. I mean, it makes sense considering he sounds like he doesn't give a shit about what he's saying. He doesn't believe a single fucking word that comes out of his mouth, which is probably why he sounds so robotic. He might as well be doing voice acting with Young Yeah. I mean, this guy, once he gets some pushback, he just backpedals and just acts like it never happened. He tries to change his words and just act like, well, actually, I meant to say this. Well, people misinterpreted this. And even with his review of 007 First Sight, I've heard that he deleted his review, or privated possibly, because he was getting pushback on that. And my thing is if you believe in what you're saying, why not just stand on it then? It says a lot about Endymion's character when originally he was against the game. He seemed to notice patterns, but once he got that review code, then all of that went out the window. Suddenly now, it's a great game. It's very odd. It sounds like the guy is easily bought out, if not already bought out. It's utterly ridiculous how this guy's been damage controlling for this game, literally writing walls of text, just trying to defend this game, excuse all the obvious issues with it, like race swap characters, race swap M, and fucking James Bond being cucked, being fucking saved several times, such as the ending of the game where he's being saved by women. And a lot of these women, they're not bombshells. Most of them look average. People are praising average looking female characters now from Western studios that on their website have sections about DEI in the studio. That should let you know. They even have articles where they even explain what their intentions were with the game. Even the reviews for the game even explain what it is. And this guy insists that this game is not woke at all? Yes, this makes sense. Let's ignore the feminist writing, the soy cuck portrayal of James Bond in this new modern interpretation of this young James Bond, right? Let's ignore how the characters talk to him, how they treat him, what their roles are in the game, and how they literally save him on several occasions. Let's ignore all of that. Let's ignore the subliminal messages within the game. And this guy is trustworthy. This guy is what people literally had told me before. He is a reliable source. That's what I was told. I was told this when I called him out on him buying and supporting Soros. Remember that game? The other cucked game. A lot of cucked characters. A lot of cucked male characters that people continue to support. And with Soros, I was told that he was a reliable source, that he has to play the game. If not him, then who else? How are they going to know? And my thing is this. If you don't know if a game is woke, after all these years, if you follow all the things that are going on within gaming, then you are truly lost. You really don't need to be buying these games, be playing these games from start to finish. You don't have to do that. And you especially don't have to get the platinum trophy for these games. Especially if you consider these games woke way before then, because a lot of times when you get a platinum trophy, you have to do more than one playthrough in a game and do a lot of tedious, monotonous shit just for the platinum. So if these games that Endymion does not like, apparently he doesn't like these games, they're woke, they're not good, like Soros, it has some potential, but it was wasted on the writing and the characters. If that was the case, why are you getting the platinum trophy? Because you're getting the platinum trophy, it sounds like you actually like the game. It sounds like you secretly like the game, but you just don't want to say it because you're trying to save face. You're trying to maintain your audience by outright lying to them that you have this disdain for the game, or for several other games for that matter, but you constantly get the platinum trophy for these games. So which one is it? You either like it or you don't. Because if you don't like it, ain't no goddamn way you will get no damn platinum trophy. Hell, in some cases you probably wouldn't even finish the game if it's that bad. Now let me move on to Very Dark, because she is someone who also doesn't practice what she preaches. She will make multiple videos about a game before it comes out and still buy the game anyway on release day, along with the modern audience and all the other shills that clearly don't know what the hell is still going on, or just want to believe that gaming is best it's ever been and that there's no problem. But she's there buying the game, streaming the game from beginning to end, and just adding more to the problem that we've been dealing with gaming and entertainment as a whole. So she's not really creating a solution, she's just contributing to the problem. She's just making matters worse. And I don't care if she reviews the game, whether she by the end of the stream or not, I really don't care. You're still supporting it. You know damn well what the game is gonna have. You make that very clear when you make multiple videos about it. So you know what it's gonna be. You don't need the credits to roll in order for you to form an opinion or to be certain on what you're saying. If you're aware and you notice patterns, you make several videos about this shit constantly, then you should know. The fact of the matter is that people like her are slaves to YouTube. They need this. So they're gonna buy and play the woke game so they can benefit off of it. That's why they stream it from beginning to end. That's why they're always gonna be there buying those games. They're gonna use the same excuse on top of that, if no one's gonna buy it, if no one's gonna play the game, no one's gonna know, then they have to do it. They have to tell people, they have to inform people about it. Or they'll say things like, it's my job, I'm a journalist, I have to play the game. If no one else will, then who else? Well, if I'm one person and I can save people, 100 or 1,000 people from not buying the game, then so be it. I'm going to have to just suffer through and play it for you guys. No, you're not playing it for our benefit. You're playing it for your benefit. When that super chat comes in, when the ads constantly pop up on your streams, when you're getting all the likes and comments and new subscribers from playing these woke games. That's what you're getting from it. That's what you're doing. You're feeding yourself. You're not doing anything for anyone else. You're not helping us out. When it comes to fence sitters, they're useful idiots that love to play both sides. Just do whatever they can that convenience them at the moment. And when something else happens that they want to switch sides on, they will. They'll paint anti-wokes as extremists or people that are going too far and that are miserable, that are always nitpicking and whatnot. And really it just boils down to they want to support the game, they don't want to feel guilty for supporting a woke game. Or if they're in a group of people and they usually mingle with those people and they want to benefit from being around those people, then they'll say whatever it is that that group is saying so they don't feel like the odd one out. Because a lot of these people usually just try to get ahead as much as they can instead of being really truly authentic and honest about what's going on. One game in particular that exposed a lot of centrists was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That game single-handedly exposed so many people and really just showed you who they truly are. And it was like anything you presented to these people that clearly crushed any bogus narrative they had about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 not being woke, then they would just deflect and act like you're crazy, you're miserable, you're an extremist, you don't want to have fun, you can't have fun, or we have to pick our battles. Now all of a sudden when it came down to this game, we had to pick our battles. And to me, it's just a load of bullshit. Just absolutely pathetic, the lengths people were going to defend this game, such as Worth a Buy, aka Worth a Shill. This guy was spewing so much bullshit for this game, you would swear he was related to Amber Heard. This guy was melting down on a stream that he ended up deleting or privating, and then putting a bullshit lie of a community post blaming people trying to play the victim as to why he removed it, when in actuality, he removed it because it made him look bad. No one said anything inflammatory, anything hateful whatsoever. They were holding him accountable for him being a spineless shill, a piece of shit spineless shill that made everyone believe that he was something, and in actuality, he turned out not to be what he portrayed himself to be. And all it took was one game to do that. Another person was Hypnotic, who apparently was blocking people who he was going back and forth with about the game. These people were going so hard defending this slop, this obvious DEI slop, that Daniel Vavra and crew at Warhorse were so desperate for that ESG money that they were so quick to sell out once they made a sequel. And I hope it was worth it. Well, maybe not so much so, since they claimed they were robbed at the Game Awards. Oh, boo-hoo. Then you had the shady car salesman, and it looks like he smells like a bag of onions, Smash JT, saying that after watching one of Hypnotic streams on the game, he determined that it's not woke. And, well, hopefully he stuck to that, because from what I remember, he was going back and forth, wasn't sure what it was, whether if it was woke or not, and was also getting some pushback, and was doing his best Endymion impression, and had to backpedal a couple of times for it. But not only him, but you also had Archcast was defending the game. You also had Atreus, who said himself that he was buying the game based on the controversy, because to him, he thought people were acting like extremists, were overreacting, exaggerating, and didn't find the game to be woke at all. You even had Dr. Disaster, who couldn't make up his mind whether if it was woke or not, and Cabrutus, the guy who was known for the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected page, who I think changed it to DEI Detected, who he himself had determined that the game wasn't woke, so he didn't put it on the list. These people that others consider to be reliable sources, honest people, people they can rely on, are not so reliable. And before I forget, Worth a Buy, this motherfucker said on his stream that he deleted that he did not care that Daniel Vavra lied about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. He did not care at all. So he does not care. So what does that tell you about him and his character? So now it's okay for developers to lie to consumers, to their potential audience, to the people that they rely on to actually keep them afloat, to actually keep them to have a roof over their heads, to put food on their table. There were a few people that were acting like they were so sure of themselves on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Their piss poor way of defending it was just laughable and really just showed you that centrists really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And when it comes down to the culture war, they really have no business being involved with it, because they are usually off the mark and try to act like they're so above all this, but then they can't help themselves but constantly interject themselves into it whenever they can, because they're looking for something to benefit off of. And one of the people that did for a little while was the God Empress of mankind, or rather the God Empress of bullshit, or the estúpida idiota Nore. Now you may be familiar with her from the Dragon Age Veilguard video she did Anyway, me and her had a little back and forth in regards to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Her stance on it was very hypocritical and contradictory of her stance in regards to, say, something like Dragon Age of Elgard, which she had criticized for a number of different reasons, and rightfully so. So I felt it a little bizarre that she was completely in denial and in full defense for the game. It became obvious that she wasn't really about talking against the issues going on within gaming when it comes to DEI, activists being in studios, ruining franchises, ruining characters, and injecting their ideologies into everything that they get involved with. And it was really just her trying to capitalize on the culture war, getting involved, or other anti-woke channels noticing her, so she just decided to rub elbows with those channels, which is what these people usually end up doing, and she wanted to benefit off of it as much as she could. And despite claiming to not wanting to be in the culture war, being above it, she surely had no problem benefiting off of it and doing whatever she could to stay in the good graces of certain channels that are anti-woke. My issue was that she was defending the blatant wokeness in the game, such as Musa, a black Muslim, being in 1400s Bohemia, when Daniel Vavra himself from Warhorse even stated that there were no blacks in medieval Bohemia. You can even look up information that there is nothing of no Musa being in Bohemia, no Musa being friends with Sigismund, so there should not have been no Musa in the game. On top of that, you had Henry and Hans being now, since it's in the game, now being canonically bisexual, since they can romance each other. And what's crazy is her excuse is that, oh, I don't know, it was the problem, and it's a player choice, there's nothing wrong, you don't have to do it, you don't have to kiss him, it doesn't matter. I don't understand the anti-woke extremists. I don't want to be in the culture war no more. I don't. No. I don't want to be in this anymore. Where, pa? Henry and Hans, they're good. They're good. It's a player choice. Black people exist, by the way. What's wrong? You afraid of black people? Oh my god, it's a black people. Why don't you people do some research? The thing is that I still don't even understand what was so mesmerizing about this game that got people acting like fools. Had people jumping over hoops, damage controlling for this game. Also, guys like Fangga and Cult Classic Cage was defending this game too. Well, Cult Classic Cage couldn't get an honest conversation with her out of this because, of course not, this is what these centrists do. They keep deflecting, always bring up something else, trying to derail the conversation, put a bunch of emojis and gifs just to make themselves feel like they won something when they didn't win shit. But it really wasn't much of a surprise since seems to have been known to defend certain woke games such as Starfield, which was really pathetic seeing her going so hard defending that woke game. That forgettable piece of shit game from Bethesda that was way past their prime. Honestly, one of the games you want to die on a hill is fucking Starfield. Really? This fucking dumb broad going hard trying to promote other people's fucking videos like, oh, they got a great defense for Starfield about how it's not woke and how the anti-woke got it wrong. Y'all shouldn't be making me feel bad for playing Starfield. Yeah, we should. You talk about going against woke games, that's a woke game. No, you should feel bad. You should be mocked for it. You should be called out for it, just like all these other people should be. Stop defending these woke games. Just say you like the game. You like the game, but also acknowledge that it's woke. It's not that fucking hard. Now, I mentioned Fangga before, so let me get more into him. This guy is, of course, another fence-sitting, flip-flopping, centrist cuck who clearly plays favorites, who has a bias, cannot be objective, and just defending these obvious woke games because I guess he likes them so much instead of just being honest about it. He'll go on about how, I don't know what to tell these anti-woke grifters anymore. You guys are so lost. Listen, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is not woke. Indiana Jones is not woke. Bethesda are fine. They're good company. Microsoft, they ain't woke. Their games ain't woke. The games are fine. Now I'm gonna need you anti-woke grifters to give an apology, a much needed apology, to the developer who worked on the Indiana Jones game that wasn't woke at all. The Oblivion remaster is not woke. These women, these beautiful, beautiful bombshells at Bethesda, they've been there since day one. They've been there making these games. You anti-woke people, you're a lost cause. You think everything is woke when it's not. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it's player choice. It's an RPG. This is why these people get criticized. They're not above criticism. I don't give a fuck if they're your favorite YouTuber, if they're a trustful, reliable source, or you solely depend on these people to tell you if a game is good or not before you even pay for it yourself. I don't give a shit. When these people start being truthful and actually being what they claim to be, then they won't be criticized. They won't be called out. They won't be mocked. It's as simple as that. Tell the truth. Be honest with your audience. Be honest with yourself. Instead of trying to protect the fucking game, especially a modern game. These games are not worth protecting. If you like the game, while it's also woke, you just say that then. Be honest about it. It's not hard to do. It'll be a lot easier than some of these people struggling playing these games or struggling to read a fucking article for 20 minutes. Here's a solution. Don't buy these games. It's as simple as that. Actually speak with your wallet. Actually practice what you preach. These games are so terrible, so ass, so lame, boring, then why you keep playing them? Why you keep buying them? At this point, you should know what you're getting yourself into. You should know which games or which companies to avoid. So there's really no excuse. And the only reason why these people still buy and play these games is because they can benefit off of it. If YouTube didn't exist, or they couldn't monetize their channels in any way, shape, or form, then they wouldn't be doing this. Or they would, and they would actually be honest that they actually like these woke games. But either way, buying and streaming these games contributes to the problem. This also goes for people like Synthetic Man and others like him, many of his clone channels. I really don't care what the excuse is for people, whether they want to say it's their job, they're a journalist, they have to play it before they can judge it, they want to give it a chance, they want to be fair, they don't want to sound like an extremist, they want to have fun, they want to pick their battles, they want to be on a mission to play these games and to report back on them. Like, no, I don't care. It's all lame excuses at the end of the day. You'd be better off playing games that genuinely interest you while also talking out against the woke games that have been plaguing this industry for a long time. But the usual suspects are not going to do that. They're going to prop up an industry plant like Expedition 33 as a savior of gaming, as if it's no different than a game like Mixtape, pretending that journalists hate it so much despite them being the ones who are voting for it and giving it high reviews. The same goes for Eastern developers that are indoctrinated, that outright say it on their website or even articles or interviews or even within the games themselves that you can just see for yourself, like Capcom, Sega, Bandai Namco, or Square Enix. And on top of that, they'll be optimistic for games like Wolverine, or The Witcher 4, or the next Divinity game, the next Kingdom Come game, the next Elder Scrolls, the next God of War, mainline God of War, the next Gears of War, or the next remake. This is why I don't take most of them seriously. Like, a lot of these people are a joke. If they really want gaming to go back to how it really was, like the good old days, then their actions will reflect what they say. Be the solution and stop being the problem.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So? What'll I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. How to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie.